So as you can tell by my shirt, I think you know what we're talking about today. But warning, this video does contain Season 4 Volume 1 spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, know that you have been warned. Hey guys, it's Top 10 Scary Urban Legends here. I'm your host Makayla, so let's get on with the Top 10 Stranger Things Scary Urban Legends. Kicking it off at number 10, Miss Kelly is Vecna's slave. In Season 4, we saw the counselor Miss Kelly that talked to Max.
How's your mom holding up?
She's fine.
It was confirmed that everyone the counselor talked to, Vecna took or tried to take. And Vecna only takes people who have a dark past. So what if the counselor is under Vecna's control, and every time someone goes to talk to the counselor, if she deems it is dark enough, she then tells Vecna so Vecna knows who to curse. Also, Miss Kelly is always seen wearing a clock necklace. A clock which whenever someone is cursed by Vecna is the first thing they see. Now at number 9, Mind Flayer. So in the end of Season 4, Volume 1, we find out that Vecna was the first one in the Upside Down. But Dustin had said in Season 1 that the Upside Down had probably been around for millions of years. But they say that Vecna is the most powerful. Vecna taking teenagers just seems like he's collecting people for the Mind Flayer. And the Mind Flayer has and always will be the one in charge, and the most powerful. I don't think when 11 killed 1 that she created the Upside Down. I think she just banished him to the Upside Down, where he saw the Mind Flayer. And Vecna, just like the Demodogs, are the Mind Flayer's foot soldiers. Taking number 8, Billy is coming back. So I know you probably think, oh no, he's not coming back, like we saw him die at the end of Season 3 by the Mind Flayer. Well, here's the theory that most Reddit posters believe. In Season 4 Volume 2 trailer, we can see what looks like a Mind Flayer trapped in a cage and what we think is still in Russia. Well, what if when the Mind Flayer killed Billy, it absorbed his energy, so that the shadow-looking Mind Flayer in the cage then humanizes and turns into Billy?
You can't stop this now.
Or what if Billy shows up in the Upside Down to help them, because in Season 3 we saw a duplicate of Billy in the Upside Down. I mean, they already killed him off with an emotional death scene, so maybe not, but I guess it's possible. We can also hear in Season 3 what sounds like the same clock sound from Season 4 when Billy's in the Upside Down. Here at number 7, Steve is going to die. In Season 4, Episode 7, Nancy, Steve, Robin, and Eddie ended up getting stuck in the Upside Down after going through Watergate. Steve went in first, then came back up, and then got pulled back in. That's when everyone jumped in to save him. While they were trying to save him, the bats, if you can even call them that, were biting Steve, and it looked like some pretty bad bites. Robin even seemed quite concerned about rabies, so maybe that's foreshadowing that Steve will get rabies, or it'll be an infection that spreads, and because it's from the Upside Down, they don't have a cure in the regular world, and Steve will die. I mean, I really hope not, because I think I speak for all Stranger Things fans when I say we love Steve and don't want him to die, but will he?
Christy, wake up! I don't like this! Christy, wake up!
Coming in at number 6, Lab Kids. In Season 2, we were introduced to 11's sister, 8, and then the two parted ways so that 11 could go back to Hawkins and help her friends. 8 then went with her friends to escape from the police. Some think that 8 will come back to help in the fight against Vecna. Some also think that it won't happen because we had a little time with 11's sister, and their story was quickly put to an end, so it was just the end of a storyline. Others believe that 3 is going to be a villain in Season 5. When 11 was trying to get her powers back, she did so in Nina. And while she was in Nina, she had memories of her being in the Rainbow Room, constantly trying to get the number 3 with that game where you put the little coin down the thing. You know what I'm talking about. Some think that 3 will be evil and very powerful and play the villain in Season 5, that 11 will have to fight. Halfway at number 5, Will dies. In Season 4, Episode 4, titled Dear Billy, Max goes to Billy's grave to just say goodbye because she thinks Vecna is gonna take her. Max ends up flying in the air as Vecna is just about to take her life and keep her body in the Upside Down forever. Luckily, they figured out music can help Vecna stay out of your head. In a behind-the-scenes video of Sadie Sink's character Max practicing the floating scene, we can see her strapped up in a harness. A photo was then leaked of what looks like Noah Schnapp, who plays Will, strapped up in a harness. Some say they won't kill off Will because they already almost did in the first 2 seasons, but the reaction Will's mom would have if Will actually did die would be insane. So is Will actually going to die, or will it be someone else? Or hopefully no one. Now at number 4, 11. In the end of season 4, we saw 11 get her powers back and she looks stronger than ever. Reddit users seem to think that 11 will have all the other powers that other kids in the lab have, and in Volume 2 Season 4 trailer, we can see Vecna using his powers, so some think the 11 and Vecna fight, she will absorb his powers and then become immensely powerful.
What's happening?
Others seem to think that Vecna will absorb 11's powers and he will kill her. Here at number 3, Nancy. So in the last episode of Season 4, Volume 1, we saw Nancy come under Vecna's curse. So that puts everyone under a lot of pressure because they need to figure out what her favorite song is. Otherwise, Vecna will take her. In the Season 4, Volume 2 trailer, we can see Eddie in what looks like the Upside Down playing a guitar. So the theory is that they figure out her favorite song and Eddie plays her favorite song on his guitar. Or the other theory is that they don't figure out what her favorite song is, and when Vecna takes her, she doesn't make it.
Nancy. Hey! Stay with me, Nancy!
Coming in at number 2, 11's father is Dr. Brenner. So as we saw in earlier seasons, 11 was kept in her own room away from others at times, and Brenner seemed to take a more special interest to 11. Now this could be because she's more powerful than the others, or it could be because Brenner is her real birth father. In season 1, when we thought she died, Brenner picked her up and seemed to be genuinely concerned for her. Now maybe that's because he thought he lost one of his little science experiments, or maybe it's because it's his real daughter.
11, can you hear me? 11.
We also saw that photo of Dr. Brenner and her mother Terry walking together in season 2. Maybe Terry got pregnant with his child and Brenner decided to do experiments on her because it was his child too, and that he and Terry were together so it was okay. But I don't know, regardless, Dr. Brenner is still crazy and shouldn't be using those kids for his research. And 11 and the other kids have always called him Papa, but in the last episode of Volume 1, he calls her daughter.
I don't understand.
I do. Papa. Daughter.
Taking spot number 1, Eddie is 10. So probably the biggest theory of them all is that Eddie Munson is 10 from Hawkins' lab. The main reason people believe this is because in the first episode of season 4, Eddie mentions that he once had buzzed hair.
My hair was buzzed and I didn't have these sweet old tatties.
Which of course is the standard hairstyle for Brenner's lab kids. Second, people are guessing that the watch he wears on his left wrist could be to cover up his possible 10 tattoo. And in the later episodes in the season, while it does show the rest of the lab kids on the ground covered in blood with their eyes exploded, we never actually see 10's eyes. So he may have actually survived in the room with Brenner. Another point in the theory says that Eddie wasn't particularly shocked when Steve told him about 11 and her powers. He didn't even have a reaction at all. Others have also suggested that 10 bears an uncanny resemblance to Eddie. Well, that was everything on Top 10 Stranger Things Scary Urban Legends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys are wondering where I am tomorrow, I'll be watching Volume 2. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.